All right, everybody. So, I am going to do a voiceover for this video here and just chat about some things. Basically, first things first, I got back from the Arnold Classic and the travel going on there, and it was quite wild. Hardly got to do much. Well, none. No recording. I did bring my stuff with full intentions. I think I recorded half of one session, day one. And then I realized quickly that that was just not going to be fucking possible. So I recorded the same push session you guys saw last week, which was technically the one from 2 weeks ago. And then I talked about that in that video, how I talked about what I actually did regarding the reps, weights, etc. Because you're going to see me basically beating that volume on this session here. So went ahead and recorded my push the second I got back into Vegas and was able to actually train. I have taken a roughly 4-day deload / light half week, just because I feel completely fucking wrecked from all the travel and all the work and all that stuff. So you're gonna just see me basically training how I normally train, how I go ahead and I complete the volume, beat the volume week to week. And since this is literally the last video that I did, again, you'll be able to go back for comparison. I quickly realized during the session that I needed to do that half week deload, because where I did beat the volume, I felt completely wrecked for the rest of the day, the rest of the week. Even in this session, you guys will all know what I'm talking about here, but have you ever experienced where you get into the gym and you're really tired and you think, oh, as I warm up and as I get through these working sets, like, I'm gonna feel better. Like, I've had PRs feeling that way, and I know, like, all my powerlifting friends know exactly what I mean. You're just like beat to shit. You go in there, you're exhausted, kind of feel heavy-eyed, and like you're not gonna do much of anything. By the time you get into like your top sets, your working sets, it moves, and it moves well, and you fucking smoke everything. I set after set, and you're gonna see like I'm literally contemplating fucking life right now. You're gonna see set after set after set. I literally am just like, man, why can't I get into it? And I think I potentially caught like a bit of a cold while I was out there, and it would make sense, but like I didn't feel the symptoms or anything of that nature, just heavy mental exhaustion. With that, I also am realizing that I need to use a CPAP again, so that did not help at all. I didn't sleep on the road. We were traveling. I was still training hard, all the work. Look, still just like, Jesus Christ, trying to do some heavy like nasal breathing and meditation before my set. Dude, I was like this the whole fucking session. It was bad. But yeah, so I'm gonna need a CPAP. Day one's gonna be tonight. I'll keep you guys updated with that and tell you how I feel. Hopefully big visual changes too. And I'm gonna begin training legs again, which will be really nice because I did this whole mesocycle arm assist, and it was cool. I did about 3-4 weeks of it, but I'm ready to train legs. So there's my potentiation set. Now I'm moving into my actual volume. I think I got 8, 7, 6. I recorded 2 of my top sets here. So I did 3, 25, 8 on the first, 7 on the second, and then 6. I think I recorded set 1 and 2 or 3. And then my down sets were 245. Somewhere in like that 11 to 13 range or something like that is what I got. And the rest of the session was, well, you're gonna see it, but it was basically just like triceps, lateral delts, and no bicep volume on this day. But again, this was my last hard session before I decided, all right, time to deload. So I'm trying to think of some things that I could pull off my videos from my last video, because it was literally the exact same session. So I think it'd be really cool to basically go in there and pull questions from this exact routine. So I'm gonna go and pause this. That should be paused. I hope so. And I'm gonna sort by newest. Here we go. Someone asked about the app in airplane mode. I don't believe the app is operable in airplane mode. Active Duty Realtor. I'm sorry. I do, because it's a web app. I don't think that you can. LOL. Bend over 15. Ask what the movement on the bench was for warming up. So I did I did it here too. I did a little JM style rock back. So I went into a close grip, rocked it back to my neck. I did some JMs to warm my triceps and my chest. Yes. Let's see. Great video. So something doesn't feel right, or I change my mind about something, or I tweak it during the mesocycle. I often program for myself, and then I feel like my expertise has failed if I need to adjust something later. Yeah, guys, never feel that way. Even like the last week of a mesocycle, if something's feeling fucking weird, and you're gonna see it in this video actually, 'cause I did it, so it's the exact scenario. If something feels off, if it's hurting my joints in excessive amount, I will change the exercise, and I'll just include it in the next mesocycle. So I did cable Y raises most of this meso, and they were hurting my elbows pretty bad for some reason. I think the cable system there is getting a little janky, and I went ahead and I swapped it for seated lateral raise with my elbows, because I didn't have to grip, and it's padded at the elbow, so it felt way fucking better. And I switched it, and I picked a weight that would send me similar rep achievements, and the weight ended up being on the machine like 20 to 30 pounds of difference. But when you think about just the way the movements performed, or you think about what the actual exercise is itself, so it's a seated lateral machine versus a cable Y where the implement's way out in front of you like this, yeah, of course the weights are going to be a little different. But I took the muscle to failure with similar volumes, and I think that's the most important thing. If you do switch anything, just make sure that the weights, even if they're different, feel about the same on the target musculature, because machines are different. This is how it is. But hopefully that helped. Someone bought Versa grips and they give him the best bicep and back workout of his life. Any suggestion on when I shouldn't use them? Versa grips. And we just did a little thing with Versa at the Arnold, so this is perfect. Back. Straight leg deadlifts. Deadlifts of any kind. Lateral delt exercises. All amazing times that you should use Versa grips. Don't detract from the muscle groups that you're training. It makes no fucking sense. If you're trying to train your back, you should train your back. People will be like, what about the added forearm work? Just do forearms, guys. Just go train forearms 3 times a week after like your push and your pull sessions. You don't need to get added forearm work when you're trying to train your fucking back, or you're trying to train your lateral delts. That's not how it works. So give that some thought. Like even here, I should use Versa grips, but I was just warming up. So notice how I did some like partial little, ooh, that hurts my elbow, ow, 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 and then I did a couple reps here, and about here, I was like, okay, this feels like shit, and I just called it quits. I was like, I'm gonna take my ass over to the seated lateral tilt machine. So that's what I did. Walked over there, set up for lateral raises. Used somewhere between like 90 and 120 pounds or something like that. Usually I top this machine, but it was feeling really weird, and I was doing super high reps. So did 2 sets here of these lateral delts, and then that was the whole session. I did some forearms at the end. So I have been training my forearms, I have been training my calves a little bit. I'm moving to the open, so I'm able to train things more evenly, which is really fucking nice, and I'm super happy about it. So yeah, it's been pretty good. But I just want to touch on something in the beginning. There might be some confusion about how long this was ran. So I did, the week prior to my last video, I did a session. I did one more. Then I did the Arnold Classic. I trained through that, and this was week 4. So I really canned the rest of this week. So my accumulation was basically like a 3-to-1. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to training. I think training my full body, or I'll do this again and I'll keep the legs in. But this, honestly, guys, this was really fun. I enjoyed training a lot of upper. Having some kind of bicep, lateral delt, tricep in every other day was really fucking cool. I would say give it a shot. Even with like getting sick and traveling a bunch and all that, I still feel I made a lot of progress on some muscle groups that I was working on. So like my biceps, my back, things like that. And you might be able to even tell in this video. This video here, guys, just kind of a quick one to get something out, because I really need to start being more consistent. But hopefully you liked it. So like and just share, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. I'll have more out this week, and I apologize for taking so long.